Yes, my name is Cornille, and I'm a professor of comparative theology at Boston College. I'm also the chair of the Department of Theology. My work focuses mostly on fundamental questions in interreligious dialogue and interreligious relations. I published a book several years ago called The Possibility of Interreligious Dialogue. And in that book, I precisely try to point to the difficulty of really opening oneself up towards other religions and the necessity of religions to critically look at their own tradition, and the need for critical self-examination, and the need to look for resources within their own tradition that promote peace and understanding and tolerance and mutual learning with in relation to other religious traditions. In terms of the root causes of religious intolerance, I think what we have to recognize is that religion lends itself very easily to intolerance towards other religions. We always think of religions as oriented towards peace and understanding and intolerance, but we have to come to terms with the fact that religions are by nature on a foot of animosity with one another, because they compete for their audience. They compete about the ultimate claims that they make about truth and value and so forth. So religions are always in a condition of tension with one another. Now, that tension can be either overcome, or it can be used and abused and aggravated in particular situations where religion can be used for other purposes. And I think that's where the religious intolerance comes to be exacerbated, because people find themselves in other situations of political or social tension, and then religion is used because it touches people at their deepest core, and it can also motivate people to do both the best things in life and also the worst things in life. The main problem, though, I think, for all religious traditions is that they tend to confuse the ultimate reality with the way they themselves understand it and grasp it. Every religion is an attempt to understand the meaning of life and to grasp the ultimate reality, but every religion also emphasizes that the truth and the ultimate reality is always beyond their understanding of it. However, followers of particular religions tend to grasp onto the teachings of a particular religion as if they were the ultimate truth, rather than as pointing to the ultimate truth. And I think that's the place in which we can reverse religious intolerance, when we see our own traditions as pointing towards a truth that we never fully understand or grasp. Thereby we can cultivate a certain humility about our own ways towards the truth, without downplaying their value and their truth, but recognizing that they are themselves means to the end and not the end themselves. Art per se, I think, is a means to lift the soul, and as a soul is lifted, it frees itself from its state of aggression into beauty. And I think beauty has probably a more universal language that can speak across cultures. So in that sense, I think art can also help in creating a language of understanding between religious traditions. I think art that is adapted to a particular culture, insofar as it integrates local symbolism and so on, can also be a language of communication between different religions that are part of the same culture. If the art uses the resources of a local culture, it can also be recognized by people who may be of a different religion but within the same culture, and speak a language that is one of mutual understanding.